Before we get into details of our next topic, I think it is important that I share with you that thousands of teachers already took this course and tried it in class. We recently surveyed these teachers and were curious to learn how effective or impactful they have found these insights and techniques. The results were very interesting and I'm happy to share them with you. Out of 1,259 teachers who participated in the survey, 1.2% reported a significant positive change in their classroom routines. In addition, 3.6% shared that they have witnessed some change in the class. 2.7% barely noticed a change, and 92.5% of the teachers did not experience any change whatsoever in neither their classroom as a whole nor in any particular student. I have something else to share with you, but just before that, I'm curious to hear from you. How do you feel with these results? Well, regardless of what you feel about these results, I bet you're not apathetic to the data. The good news is that the data I just shared with you was fake data. But the most important news is that it illustrates how crucial it is to pay careful attention to the way you start your lesson. Think for a moment about a car. A car is such a wonderful thing, which has a lot of power and can reach great distance, achieve great things. We cannot imagine our lives without cars, trucks, buses, etc. And yet, nothing will ever happen with an automobile unless you ignite it. That ignition releases all this potential energy it has, which can then be harnessed to whatever you want to achieve with the car. Let's bring it back to the classroom. Your students are entering your classroom. Their body is evidently here, but what about their mind, their attention, their thoughts, their being? In many cases, they come back from recess, heated up, following a dispute over a game they just played. It could be they are coming from another class, and they're still busy thinking about what just happened there. Even if there was nothing really too exciting before they came to your class, there is still a pretty good chance you got their body in your class, not their mind. You expect them to learn, to work, to understand, to ask, to listen, to write, to debate, to process. Hey, that's a lot of energy they need to invest in your class. And so if you do not ignite that energy, they have a low chance of performing. I can't really stress enough how important it is to plan carefully the way you start your class. I may even dare to suggest that the very few first minutes of your lesson may determine in many cases the entire lesson and how effective or successful you will be in that lesson. Once you properly ignite the students, things should get easier from that point on. In fact, your job moving forward would be mainly to maintain that energy. If, however, there was nothing really too exciting at the beginning of your lesson, it might be pretty difficult to turn things around down the road. There's a famous saying, there's no second chance to make a first impression. And though your students probably know you for a while, to some degree, for this particular lesson, it is their first impression. So your job is to make sure it's a good first impression. I have a very important assignment for you before you move to the next video. Take a few minutes and pick a lesson or two you are about to teach soon. It may be tomorrow or this coming week. Try to come up with at least 3 different openings. Focus on openings that will ignite your students and their energy. I will see you in the next video.